Just when I thought we were done talking about Lizzo today, more shocking claims are coming out, and this time from Lizzo's boyfriend's ex-girlfriend of 10 years. She's taken to social media and posted a 5-minute long video talking about her first interactions with Lizzo, and her ex-boyfriend left her for Lizzo. But there was some sort of overlap during their relationship. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it was just a couple of hours ago, we gave you an update in regards to new allegations coming from Oscar-nominated director Sophia Nali Allison. And we also were letting you know about Lizzo's statement that she posted earlier today, denying these allegations in this new lawsuit. Well, now I did not prepare myself for seeing this TikTok video from Myke Wright, that is Lizzo's boyfriend, or reported boyfriend, I should say. He's been seen with her on the red carpet and things like that. His ex-girlfriend of 10 years is coming about her early interactions with Lizzo and why why she was triggered by Lizzo over the years, and why she believes everything that these dancers are saying in this new lawsuit. So Brooklyn Elizabeth Brown posted on her TikTok about 7 to 8 hours ago about her Lizzo story. So in this story, she says that she met Lizzo early on. They were working on this project, Wonderland, and her boyfriend at the time were both working on this project with Lizzo. She could already tell from working with Lizzo that Lizzo was not interested in being friends with her. Lizzo wasn't very nice to her. She said the people around her, like Lizzo's sister, she said they were nice to her, but Lizzo didn't seem to have the time of day for her specifically. Only to come to find out that her boyfriend leaves her for Lizzo. But before he left her for Lizzo, she found text messages and pictures. She would not describe the picture. She only put a throwing up face emoji. So you can only imagine what those text messages included between Lizzo and Myke Wright, allegedly at the time. But I implore you all to watch this video in full because I love what she says at the end.
I first met Lizzo late 2016, 2017-ish. She and my boyfriend were co-hosting a show on MTV called Wonderland. And no, she wasn't very nice. She wasn't very nice to me. I knew she didn't like me, but the people around her were nice. Like her sister seemed nice. And I kind of ignored it because I felt like, well, you know, she's already like in this celebrity scene or whatever. So she probably just feels like she has better things to do than talk to me. And I just noticed that, like, even when we were just out to eat or at the beach or something, she still wasn't very nice to me. And it wasn't like a production thing, like, oh, she's just really busy or whatever. She just didn't like me. She didn't say anything that was mean, but she was really like standoffish or like wouldn't talk to me. You know, like when I talked to her, it was kind of like, oh, okay, like get the fuck away from me. I don't want to talk to you. So yeah, I eventually found out that she and my boyfriend had something going on, ex-boyfriend. And that was that. I left the relationship. I mean, yeah, it was heartbreaking. I mean, I was with him for 10 years. I supported him through everything. And when he finally got a big break, he left me for Lizzo. It was really hard for my mental health. I went through a really difficult period of time trying to be okay with this, because it wasn't just like, oh, I broke up with my boyfriend. It was like, oh, I broke up with my boyfriend and he left me for a person who wasn't very nice to me and turned out to be, like, after the fact, after we broke up, she became a Grammy award-winning celebrity and everybody in the world loves her, and her message is like love and light and positivity, after knowing how she treated me. But I wasn't able to, I didn't want to say anything because it made me sound like a whiny little baby or something. So I didn't broadcast that was something that happened to me, or when I did talk about it, I never named her because I just didn't feel like I would be supported or people would care, you know, like people loved her. So why would I try to like drag her name or whatever. So I just silently went through something really big and really hard. It was like my fight or flight response was triggered every time I heard her song on the radio, or like if I went to the movies and like her song was in the trailer. It was so difficult, and I cried for so long, and I felt so depressed, and like I was in a really bad spot for years because of how this happened. And I know it wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault. It was his fault. It was the way he handled it. She has no responsibility to me. But I think they could have both been a little more kind in the way that they chose to get together. You know, like he could have broken up with me, or she could have maybe suggested that he break up with me before they started something, because the text messages were something that I'll never be able to not see in my head. I think I'm feeling emotional right now because this is the first time I've ever been able to freely speak on it and feel like people will hear what I'm saying and not just like come at me for saying something about somebody that they really like. And it feels like this validation. And I try to be a good person, you know, I try to let things go, forgive, you know, just move on. But some things just stick with you until it gets lifted off of your spirit. And I feel like this is a moment where it's gotten lifted off of my spirit that she's not everything that she's been saying she is. And I've known that for a long time, but I tried to let it go. But now that it's coming to light, who she really is and how she really operates, it's just like vindication. It's like what I went through was real, and I don't have to be quiet about it anymore. I don't have to be embarrassed about it anymore. It's true. It's true. I've seen it. It's real, and now I can like put these feelings aside and just like really move on. I guess I never really thought I needed that, but I did. I'm realizing that I did. But the biggest takeaway is just be kind. Build your character and be kind. Operate from a place of love. Love yourself. And when you truly love yourself, that will extend itself to other people. Be the same person outside as you are in privacy behind closed doors. Don't try to build yourself up in a fake persona. Just because people say the right things or put on the public displays of humanitarianism or I care about you, and you know, like people love hearing those things, but what we're really not looking at is how people actually live their lives. And it's okay to get those motivational moments or those inspirational messages from people. Take the message, apply it to yourself. You're smart, you know what's right and what's true for you. So take those things and let them make you a better person, but don't ever idolize messengers. Do not ever idolize messengers. You do it for yourself. You figure those things out for yourself. You set your course. You set your path. You do the things that you believe in. And don't think that just because someone else is saying it, that they're better than you or anything like that. We're all human. Don't forget that.
And that could be a message for anyone in show business. We've been talking about this. We've been talking about, you know what, they need an HR department. But at the end of the day, outside of having an HR department or the right team or decent people around you, being a good person is not hard. And when I say being a good person, it's not hard. Look, we all have our days where we're frustrated. Sometimes maybe can be depicted as being rude. But if that is just a day and it's just not who you are, and you're generally kind, and I know a lot of people do not want to believe the rumors about Lizzo because of the persona that you think you know about Lizzo. And look, I'm still holding out hope. But the fact that we are getting multiple allegations from different places. Now, Myke Wright, his ex-girlfriend, is speaking out. And I know what you all are thinking. Clout chasers. I don't believe them. Team Lizzo. And you have every right to be that. And look, you know, I keep saying, keep an open mind. But when there's smoke, there might be a full-on blaze going on. What she says at the end about just being a kind person, I think that is the message. The message not just for celebrities, but the message for everyone. we have these arguments in the comment section on social media all the time. Why are these people coming out now? People still have these arguments about Bill Cosby and the 60 60 female accusers against him. The same with R. Kelly. People have the same arguments, no matter how many accusers there might be. So there could be 100 accusers and people still will not believe these individuals. And one of the important things, and look, I'm not a therapist, I do have a degree in psychology, but what I will say is that a lot of victims end up coming out and feeling seen and heard, and they actually get bravery because of that one person or those individuals that come forward with their story. Does it give me pause that we're seeing these accusers go on these different television outlets in the last couple of days? It does. It definitely gives me pause that they are on some sort of media tour. But I actually responded to someone in the comments and I said, you know what? I hear what you're saying in regards to that. But then you have to remember that these celebrities have PR teams, major firms that are already feeding social media, feeding these media outlets their version of the truth. We literally just saw it with Marty Singer delivering, allegedly, this video of Ariana Davis to TMZ to discredit what she's saying in this lawsuit. I see why they decide to do their own sort of media campaign, is to counteract what is already going on in social media. They are already trying to discredit the accusers. Look, do I think that this was go to court? I've been saying I don't think this is going to go to trial. I believe that there will be some sort of settlement. But at the end of the day, and I said this in my original video covering this story, Lizzo, if this is what's happening in your team, you better clean it up. If this is who you really are behind the scenes, you better do some soul searching, because no matter how much talent you have in the world, and we have plenty of examples of very talented singers and rappers that do not have careers anymore because, and a lot of you probably don't even realize it, you're just like, whatever happened to that singer or that actor? Or it's because of terrible teams, poor decisions, and bad behavior. Guys, as always, I want to know your thoughts on what Myke Wright, Lizzo's boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, has to say about Lizzo and more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll ask you. Follow